Good morning. Welcome to Jammies Tarot by Hecatehoney. Woo. I want to welcome you all, my dear collective. I know we've been going through it. I know I've been feeling it, especially, as recent events have caused a huge outpouring of emotions and energy from last week's decision here in the U.S. So I wanted to speak on that. One Friday, I felt a huge wave of grief, triggers of trauma, sadness, anger, rage, also fear, and it was debilitating for me. And as someone who transmutes a lot of energy for the collective around me, I had to sit with that and acknowledge it and really honor those feelings, because it's how you honor the feelings that you can transmute them into something useful and positive. So, I took those energies and I ran with them, and I really didn't leave my apartment all weekend, and I just honored these feelings within myself. And I know a lot of these feelings weren't necessarily my feelings, and I know they were the collectives, and that it was my job to work through them for the collective and to honor those feelings and put something better out into the universe. So, that was really special for me. And I did a reading a few days later, and I got a channeling that was so apropos to the transmutation of those feelings. So the channeling was that in response to this, the Supreme Court's overturning of Roe versus Wade, Spirit wanted me to let you know that this is a tower moment for the collective and our divine masculine and feminine energies. For a long time, we've been in the father phase of the universal energy. We've been in the father phase. It started out child, went to father, now we're moving into the mother. And the thing is, as with any change in power, which I thought was apropos during these, January 6th insurrection hearings, a peaceful exchange of power sometimes doesn't happen. And, to go from the father to the mother energies, obviously we're not going to have a peaceful transition. So what the universe has had to do in order to align us for this transition from divine masculine and patriarchy to divine feminine and the matriarchy is cause some upheaval, and to awaken these divine feminine energies within us all, not just in women, but in men as well. We are dualities. We are dual beings. We have both feminine and masculine energies, and this universe is created of those, the dichotomy, right? In nature, you always see the masculine and feminine, the yin and the yang, the give and the take, the as above, so below. It's always, an exchange of energy. And so right now we're moving out of the masculine into the feminine, and because the feminine has been in her masculine for too long, we've had to fight for ourselves, and we're going to have to do it again. So what Spirit wanted me to let you know was that there's this tower moment, and that it's going to cause an upheaval and awaken the divine feminine to her power, whether you're a man or a woman or non-binary, right? Any gender. It has masculine and feminine qualities and energies. So the divine feminine needs to be awoken to her warrior spirit and has to fight for this transition. And the divine masculine has to release his fear. Release the fear that you will be completely powerless. No one likes to let go of power. It's scary to be powerless. But once the divine masculine can understand it's a surrender and accept this surrender as something beautiful and positive, we can move forward much more easily. So there's going to be a lot of masculines fighting to hold on to this power, and the feminines are going to, sometimes lovingly, sometimes not so lovingly, going to lay it out there. It's kind of like a fuck around and find out situation. So when I did the reading, it was 2 days ago, sorry, it spoke to this. The reading was the Seven of Swords, the Prince of Wands, there he is, the Three of Swords, and as you know, swords are like action and thoughts, and then Temperance. Okay, so the Seven of Swords, people don't like this card. I kind of see it as you are made aware of some treachery or deceit in your life. And there might be some challenging energies around you, and cheating, deceit, lying, thievery. Sorry, I need a drink. But this energy also speaks to playing your cards close to your chest and being covert, and that you might need to be sneaky. So don't put all of your ideas and energies out there. Keep them to yourself and to those you completely trust. There could be those who are going to use those ideas and beliefs, against you. I'm pretty much out in the open about my beliefs and ideas, so I can't take them back now. But if you already don't have your ideas out there, try and play them close to your chest and keep them to yourself, or they might be used against you. So be weary of that and weary of others. Right now, maybe you just have to manifest on your own and not share. Sometimes, we have people who supposedly love us and care about us, but they want to see us fail. And, we're not going to fail. So play those cards close. It's like that poker analogy. Like, you don't want to wave your cards around so everybody sees them. You want to hold them close to your chest and keep them to yourself. And then with the Prince of Wands warns against rash decisions and hasty reactions and foolish risk taking. It also warns of assholes, you might be the asshole, or you might have assholes around you. And so there's a sense of frustration and, how these thoughts and beliefs might offend other people. Or offend you. So be aware of yourself. Be aware to not make these hasty reactions as a result of maybe deceitfulness or, lying. I'm getting the feeling like this has to do with people around you probably being shysty, and that you want to lash out in anger. Don't do it. The planetary alignments right now are all about aggression. I think it was a squares between Mars and, was it Pluto? I'm not sure. I'd have to look it up again. But it was talking about aggression and how people are fucking angry. So try not to do that. And the reason they're angry is because they're triggered. A lot of people are triggered right now. So just be careful. And then with the Three of Swords, the Three of Swords is this existential sorrow. And pain, and I always see it as the sword lashing at this wound. And so you have this wound and it's so painful, but then once you get it, what do they say, the lancing of a boil? A boil is just infection and pus filled wound that's not open, it's closed, and then they lance it to open it up to let all of that ooze out, all the infection and toxicity and putridness ooze out, kind of like a rotten egg. Within the egg, it's just rotting, and then you crack it open. It smells horrible at first, but the thing is, with the mixture of the air, it just decimates and it goes away, and so that's the same thing with a boil. Once you lance that boil, you're allowing it to heal and transform. And that's what we're looking for, is the transformation. And that's where we get to Temperance. Temperance is our fix-it angel. It's about balance and duality, and the importance of the balance between the two dual entities, right? And so this is a beautiful outcome after a tower moment, after pain, after disappointment and sorrow and anger and lashing out. Temperance is going to make it right. This is a divine, like a divine justice in a way, a divine resolution. So have faith. You know, we may be going through our tower moment, but it's all going to be made right in the end. And I have faith in that. And stay angry if you need to take action, because the action is going to be really important. All of these are actions. Like the Seven of Swords is action. He's moving. The Three of Swords is movement. It's an action. And then Temperance, she's moving these waters between her whole two receptacles. It's action. So take your action for what you feel is right and your beliefs, and then leave the rest to the universe and your higher power, because they're working for us. They're working for us to free us from preconceived notions and old programming, and allowing us to be free in our spirits to ascend. So we needed this, you know, just like with a certain period in time when a lot of racism was brought out into the open. We needed to see that to do something about it and to combat against it. So just like with this misogyny is coming out so that we can do something about it and fight against it and change it. So blessings to you all. I love you all. No spirit is with you. I'm with you. And have a blessed day.